Well, Washington state lawmakers are in their second overtime session. They're trying to work out a 2-year budget deal, and there is dire consequences statewide if they don't. KXLY4's Kylee Cruz live in the studio tonight with those details. Kylee?
And good evening, Nadine. If lawmakers in Olympia don't reach a budget deal by the end of the month, the state government will essentially shut down. But today they did receive some promising news that may put the legislature closer to a deal. In Olympia, lawmakers have been locked in a budget battle for months, and the clock is ticking. If a deal isn't reached in 12 days, parts of state government will essentially shut down.
It would have been my hope that we would have ended on time, and we should have ended on time, but the reality is we didn't. State Representative Kevin Parker says he's confident the House and Senate will hammer out a last-minute deal. I can tell you that both sides of the aisle are very anxious to wrap things up. But what happens if they don't?
This would have significant ramifications for the millions of citizens who depend on state services.
The State Patrol and courts would stay in operation, but other statewide services might not.
And it would cause great uncertainty for thousands of vendors, healthcare providers, teachers, students, and state employees.
Governor Jay Inslee says his staff is preparing for a partial government shutdown.
If there is no budget by July 1st, the law doesn't allow us to keep government operating fully.
There is time for lawmakers to agree on a deal to fill the $1 billion budget shortfall. The biggest question, how to pay for things.
And essentially, education has been at the forefront. So the whole legislative session, there's been a discussion on at what level should education play in the whole state budgeting process.
Today, the state's quarterly revenue forecast came out with good news. The state has a $231 million bump in revenue, which may play a big role in budget negotiations.
When you're at this late stage of negotiations and there's $231 more dollars of revenue, that $231 is a lot of money at this stage of the game.
And only time will tell if both chambers can come together and compromise by their deadline, which is not too far away, midnight on June 30th. Live in the studio tonight, I'm Kylee Cruz, KXLY4 News.